Hi everyone, thank you for joining us today on another IEEE Home Blockchain series. These events have are done in collaboration with from INESC and ESRC from ISEP. And I would like to thank my colleagues, Ana Madureira, Ana Margarida Trigo, and Catarina Reis for also organizing this week's event, or this month's event. Speaking of which, Catarina Reis, I know that you wanted to share some information with us about a new program or new cycle that is going to be included in IEEE. I think it's called IEEE Study Circles.
Yes, it is. Can I
Yeah, you can share the screen. Go ahead.
So hello everyone and welcome. It is my pleasure as the chair of the working group to announce a new initiative brought to you by the IEEE Portuguese section and the IEEE Blockchain Working Group. We intend to promote projects, researchers, professionals working in the field of blockchain. So we are ready to launch a new learning experience, Study Circles online version. Inspired by the Swedish study circles, our goal is basically to promote the collaboration between our community and our community members. So we designed the proof of concept, let's call the first edition of the IEEE Study Circles, entitled Hyperledger Fabric Developer Certification Training. There are three important aspects to bear in mind about this new initiative, the IEEE Study Circles. Number one, the circle will have between 7 to 12 members. Number two, the circle will have a facilitator and not a teacher. The facilitator will be a group member that engages the members into the discussion and is basically responsible for each session, for at least one session, but this can be accommodated between the study circle members. And the idea is to define the scope and define goals for each session. Members are encouraged to follow the 3 C's: cooperative, collaborative, and committed. It is, after all, a self-paced study. We propose a Scrum-based learning. So we have compiled an initial backlog of contents to this Hyperledger Fabric Developer Certification training, and the group will be responsible to manage the backlog. So it is up to the group to find a suitable time to everyone to develop the learning sessions. We will send you further information regarding this initiative during the following days, so please stay tuned. And if you have some type of questions or you are interested in this kind of initiative, but on a distinct topic, okay, let us know. For today, thank you for joining us. We wish you a pleasant event. Thank you.
So today we will have an invited speaker. This talk will be by Carlos Coutinho. And Carlos Coutinho is actually an assistant professor at ISCTE UL and the CEO and research development manager at SME Caixa Mágica Software SA in Lisbon. He holds a PhD degree in electrical and computer engineering, awarded in 2013 by the University of Lisbon. He is responsible for the cloud computing area at ISCTE UL, where he also does research at iStar UL with interests in enterprise interoperability, adaptable platforms and systems, SOA, and model-driven engineering. He has more than 15 years of experience teaching in the fields of IT at Portuguese universities like ISEL, ISCAL, ESGB, and ESTUL. He has 6 publications in indexed international scientific journals and more than 20 publications in peer-reviewed international conferences, and is part of the scientific committee of 4 journals and 6 yearly international conferences. He was part of a jury and main examiner in the Viva Voce of 4 PhD and 7 master students. He holds a Project Management Institute PMP title and a post-graduation in Project Management by Instituto Superior Bissaia Barreto in Coimbra, Portugal. He has more than 20 years of experience as an engineer in the enterprise IT area, working in several fields from ICT, services, public administration, and the aerospace industry, in several multinational projects at CMS and other companies like Alcatel, Siemens, and Critical Software. He participated and was the company responsible in multiple European projects like Athena, Timbus, C2Net, and VFOS, and numerous ESA projects like EGOS, OCDT, SCOS 2000, and Galileo. Today he will be presenting the topic the use of blockchain in the KYC process, identity certification, and federation. Know your customer processes carried out by major players in society, such as banks, insurance companies, credit companies, etc. They depend heavily on the concept of identity provided by a suitable entity. In the physical world, this guarantee is simple and easy to obtain with the physical presentation of documents such as the citizen card. However, considering the gradual movement towards the virtual world, it is difficult to have the same result. This presentation shows the certified identification service available on blockchain. So, with no further ado, if you have any questions, you can use the chat to write them down, or if Carlos allows it, you can interact with him. It all depends on his behalf. So, Carlos Coutinho, the stage is yours. Thank you for coming.
Okay, thank you very much, Nuno. Well, basically, Nuno has presented everything, so I don't need to do anything more. So, anyway, thank you very much. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just a moment. Okay. So, good afternoon, everybody. So, my name is Carlos, as Nuno has already presented so well. And basically, I am here not only as a professor as cloud computing in the ISCTE UL University, but also as CEO and R&D manager at Caixa Mágica Software. Basically, what I wanted to talk to you about today is a little bit about these topics about smart contracts, digital identity, and KYC processes. I don't know how well do you know these topics, but well, I will try to tell you as best as possible my story and the story of my company. And basically, once upon a time, there was this company called Caixa Mágica Software, which was well known by its Linux distribution. I don't know if you ever play with it. If you don't, feel free to do it. It's free. And basically, it was we are open source evangelists. So we've been going through a long time already to do this. But we don't have only so we started with this project. This is not the only project that we have. We currently own lots of projects. So besides the Linux Caixa Mágica project, which is going now to the 24th edition, so it's been a successful path, going through several challenges. But we've created this small company, I don't know if you know it, called Aptoide. Basically, it is currently ranked as the third biggest app store in Android marketplaces. So basically, it started as a summer internship project inside Caixa Mágica, and now it's grown to be about triple the size of our company. So it's been going very well. So basically, we started this company, and after some time, of course, we couldn't afford to keep it inside our borders. So basically, we created a spin-off, and it's going now very well. But this path has been so successful. Actually, their headquarters is just below our Caixa Mágica, so we are on two different floors, but basically it's all the same building. And currently we are building for them lots of new projects. So basically they created this new company with one of the biggest players in automobile area, which is Faurecia. I don't know if you know it, but basically they are building these fancy dashboards for cars, and we are helping them to create so Android app stores to the dashboards of cars. But not only, we have also research and development projects regarding the app store itself, so recommendation systems, etc. Not going through this part, this was just a side comment. So we are today focusing on EID. So one of the main targets here, one of Caixa Mágica's biggest capabilities is on the EID area. So we've been for about 15 years already integrating with the government, the Portuguese government, to create this project, which is a low-level integration and middleware connecting the government and our Portuguese states. Oh, I don't have any card. So basically, it's one of these cards. All Portuguese people have one. So it's a citizen's card. It's a smart card, basically. And what we implement here is a way for the government to be able to read the contents of this. And this is all the contents here are signed, and they have security certificates, X509 certificates, which are highly secure and everything else, which allow us not only to authenticate ourselves, but also to sign documents and things like that, which is very interesting. This project is not only relevant here in Portugal, so this was the starting point about 10 years ago, but currently we've been moving also to Cape Verde and other countries for which are Portuguese speaking, and we've been getting some also some input from other European countries because they want us to also do the same there. Why is this important? Because, well, this project is not only sponsored, highly sponsored by the Portuguese government. So basically, it's one of the agencies which is called Agency for Administrative Modernization, which is very famous in Portugal, but also the Mint House, Portuguese Mint House. They are very important currently because they are the issuers of the citizens' cards. So they are the ones who issue these cards. So this is very important to have their support, and the project's been for ages already going through all with this consortium, basically, something like that. Okay, but we don't do only industry or government projects. We also have a very strong R&D area. So currently we have projects which are going through the manufacturing area, etc. But most important is that we are also doing this EID area for research and development. So on the EID area, we've been invited by this AMA entity to start working on this protocol, which is called EIDAS protocol, which aims to provide an EID platform for not only for Portugal, but for all Europe. The purpose here is that you go to another country and you are able to insert your smart card, your ID card into a card reader, and you are able to come here and do all your administrative stuff, even if you're on another country. Is this clear? So basically, we started also working with some other major players, especially in the finance area. So SIBS, which is the company here which rules the banks, and also some financial entities. And the purpose here is to be able to connect them to this integrated identification system, which allows them to be, especially on because this is a French company, and this allows them to go through in a pan-European area to be able to do their business here and there with no, it is very seamless, okay? Feel free to interrupt whenever you want, okay? So don't mind. So our main purpose here is to show you that, okay, after having all of this knowledge about the middleware of the Portuguese ID card, which is sponsored by the AMA and the Mint House, and after using all these projects for research and development for identity also outside, and additionally, we worked with this Aptoid App Store and created them. We started working with them to something which is called App Coins. I don't know if you know it. It is basically a crypto coin. And this is when we started our first contact with the blockchain. So basically, the introduction of the ICO and everything with the app coins allows it to be able to work with blockchain and to be able to integrate with it to all the business that's currently, actually all the business going through Aptoid is currently being done using these app coins. So it all using the blockchain. And then we found out that actually the blockchain is really a set of opportunities, represents a set of opportunities which is not, which cannot be neglected. And we started working with Ethereum and lots of try to understand how smart contracts would provide us some more opportunities and chances to be able to grow with all this knowledge that we've come through from all this time. And one of the things that we came out to work with is that, okay, if we have this identity in the offline world, on the real world, and we also started saying, okay, is this a problem? Making sure that you are yourself. One of the biggest issues on the blockchain is exactly identity, because you can be whoever you want to be on the blockchain, basically. You don't need to have any, you can be totally anonymous. Using this in the offline world, is this any problem to ensure that you are yourself? Of course not. You just present your ID card or your driver's license or your social security card, whatever, and you more or less ensure that you are yourself. Or you go to a notary or any other public institution, and you can ensure that you are yourself, and you can make sure that everything is fixed. This is all okay. So because you have smart card readers, you can put your ID card, or you have other types of services that ensure that you are yourself, or you can just show up and you can say, okay, I'm me, I'm real, I'm not a girl, I'm not a 60-year-old man, etc. And this is, why is this important? Because one of the things that you want to have in the services currently is that you want to authenticate yourself into providing authorization for doing lots of operations. For example, when you try to draw money, or when you try to do anything, you can put your banking card into an ATM machine and withdraw cash, or you can provide some, for example, this digital signature, etc. You can use your identity card. Additionally, if you have other, you have various set of security aspects. You have more security when you have smart card readers, or less security if you just have user and password, like in Google or Facebook, etc. And why is this important? Because there are some services like KYC services. So KYC services are known as Know Your Customer services. This is very important for entities like banks, insurance companies, and for example, everybody which needs to borrow you money, or which need to invest on you in any way. For example, you want to loan some money to a bank, and you just say, okay, please give me some money because I'm in need, I want to buy a new house, etc. Or I want to make an insurance over my car, etc. What do any of these companies need to know is whether you are for real, you are a real person, you are who you claim to be, or and if you are granted with, if you have a job, if your job corresponds to what you say, etc. How do they know? How do they know that? It's easy. You just present them in person your citizen's card, or your curriculum, or your state, whatever, in terms of saying that you are who you claim to be. This is very easy, and as I said, this is clear on the physical world. Okay. The problem is that more and more, all of these services are changing into a digital form. Okay. And the main problem here is that you have an online world running in parallel currently with this physical world. The main issue here is, would it be possible that these problems regarding physical identity, is it solved in this online world? Or what do I mean about that? So can I just go to an online banking, which I don't have an account, and say, okay, please loan me some money? Of course not. What will they want to do here? They will want you to provide, for example, copies of your citizen's card. They will want you to provide photocopies of your ID, of your contract, of your home contract, or of your electricity bill or a water bill, whatever, just to claim that you have a house here, that you exist for real, etc. So, and this is something very important because all of this you can just okay, I'll make my file which has lots of things, my image, my photograph, my a copy of my citizen's card, my phone bill, my electricity bill, and I'll send it all to you, insurance company or bank or whatever. The point is that these need to be received by the bank. They need to be analyzed by somebody, and somebody needs to go licking all these documents and say, okay, I can assure it's more or less clear that this is okay. But then, okay, you say, okay, I will pay you just to make sure that, just to ensure that you say that I'm for real, or that you say that I don't have any debts, or etc. So all of these processes being manual, one, they cost a lot of money, and two, they are prone to errors because I can provide fake copies of my documents, and it's easier and easier to do that currently. And I can provide fake IDs, everything. So all of these says that KYC processes currently say that in the US currently they cost about $60 million to companies. Okay, so this is very this is a large market which and represents a large opportunity here. Why? Because not only we have these problems, but you can have problems because you have human analysis, so they can be deceiving or they can be corrupted, something like that. And especially because this takes a lot of time. Some of these processes, some of these loaning processes, etc., can take months because they need to check all of it. Depends on how much money you're loaning or something like that. Okay. So there are lots of companies that want to have all of these services going and improved, like banks, like insurances, like document signature. This is very important, or fintechs currently. This is the current trend. Okay, there are lots of alternatives here. Some time ago, I think about from 6 years ago, there are lots of projects that want to provide you a way to ensure that your digital self is for real. How do they do that? Basically, these are the main projects currently: Uport, Civic, and Persona. Basically, what they do is one of them. What it does is that it creates an online profile. Most of the main target here is to create an online profile, and then having lots of people joining and say, this guy is for real. They claim, if he claims to be that person, then if you gather enough number of people that say that you are for real, then they say, okay, for sure, it must be for real. Or you have others that that create documents online and say, okay, this document is, I'm not sure if this happens, so there will be an entity which will prove this, that this is for true. Any of these solutions is okay. The point is that, one, they rely on people. This is a first concern. And two, they rely on public entities or centralized entities, which is not good for, especially for the blockchain. So, problem here is that there is no solution currently in the digital world. What did we find here? Just one question before I go on. I don't know how much time do I have for this presentation, so this will be important to understand.
Well, I guess so. You have about 45 minutes. So,
okay. So
not in total. So I would say 15, 20 more minutes.
Okay, no problems about that.
Okay.
So basically, our point here was that what if we could add this proof of identity into the online world using the blockchain, because the blockchain has lots of characteristics that are really important here. It's immutable. You can have a set of sorry, of consensus in terms of validation, and for sure you will have a good way of making sure that all of this is consistent. Okay, how could we do that? So basically we created this project inside Caixa Mágica, which is called Wall ID, and the target here is especially to link this digital identity of yourself using all of the citizens cards and all of its security certificates to ensure that you are yourself in the blockchain. So basically all of this information is stored on the blockchain, and there is an entity that ensures that you are who you claim to be. Okay? So basically this started as a project like Aptoide, and of course, unfortunately or fortunately, we tried to give it wings, and we created a new spin-off, which is called Wall ID. Our main problem here, remember, one of our biggest customers is AMA, and it's the Mint House, Portuguese Mint House. And one of the big issues when we started this project is that, okay, we will be competition to these guys, which will be very bad because they are the Portuguese government and they will kick us out. As simple as that. And this was a big challenge. How would we cope with that? We want to go through this path, but we don't want to irritate all of these people. So basically, ultimately, the solution here would be to be very frank and broad. And we just went to them and told them, okay, we have this project and we want to implement this. What do you think about this? Do you have any problems? And actually, it was very funny because they liked so much the idea that they said, okay, if you're building a company just for that, then we want in as well. So basically, this was a win-win situation because not only we were able to go through this project, but also this company is also sponsored. They are financed also by the Portuguese Mint House, which not only provides us money, which is good, but also it provides us some insurance of that this is really something that's trusted and something that's backed up by a governmental institute, which is very important. And especially it is the governmental institute that issues these certificates, which is great. Okay, so basically I will be very brief here because this is more commercial thing than other. So basically the idea here is that you have a digital wallet. I don't know if you heard already about digital wallets like MetaMask or other types of wallets. You have your wallet, and with this wallet you basically insert your citizens card information into that wallet. So you are able to basically Wall ID provides you a protocol where you have a local application where you insert your citizens card, and it builds a set of hashes and things like that that are stored on the blockchain. So none of your personal information is ever stored on the blockchain. All of these hashes are signed with the PKI and X509 security sets. So it is all stored on the blockchain. And the purpose here is that you have having your identity on this blockchain, then you have your proof of identity validation, where you just say, okay, I want to insert my information to this insurance company. What do I do? They say, okay, I want some proof that you exist. And I say, okay, here is my wallet, here is my key, my public key. And they receive it, they try to use it with Wall ID, and it says, okay, all of the certificates, all of the chain certificates are correct. This guy is really for true. See what I mean? So the purpose here is you have first, you have, of course, you need always to start with a physical action. You have to have a card reader where you put your identity card, and it is received by Wall ID. But then after that, it is on the blockchain, and after that, all of your ID is virtual, okay, and insured for sure. For example, this is one of examples of the extraction of this data. As you can see, you have here all the information about the person that's being that is trying to create something. Okay, so this is basically the idea. So everything that's going to the the blockchain is always ciphered and it's always hashes, so none of your information is ever stored publicly or on the blockchain. And the idea here is that every time that you need a new account, then you are able to use this. So the banking will use this smart contract to allow you to provide some of your information. Okay, so this is all commercial mumbo jumbo. So basically, everything is private, everything is compliant with GDPR and everything that's needed. And so there is also this approach which is very interesting, which is using this WallID wallet. You are able to sign documents. This is not blurry by mistake. It's on purpose because I don't want to show all of the details. So basically, you can have a document and you say, okay, I want this document to be digitally signed. So I will send this document using the platform, and whenever the person receives it, it can provide your signature, and using the blockchain, you can sign your document, and the document going through to the customer says here in red something like, okay, this guy signed the document, it's for real, and this digital signature is valid. See what I mean? Okay. And here again, there is a portal that you can verify if the signature is for real. Was this very long? Was it very tiring? If not, I would like to do a very small demo, if I'm allowed to do it. And if it works, let's hope that this works. So basically, I can create here, pretend that I don't have anything. I'm total new customer to the internet or to all of these topics, and I want to create this wallet. So for example, one of the interesting subjects that can be implemented here, for example, is that I want to say, okay, I am a company, for example, I am a university, or I am some kind of training institute, and I want to provide training. But for example, usually my certificates for training are paper documents saying, okay, I can assure that Bruno, for example, did this subject and he got 18 out of 20 grade. Okay, and this is easy for me. It's perfectly possible. But who will say that, for example, Katarina doesn't pick this paper, digitalize it, and changes the name to her name? How will I, as a very large company who provides training, know that? I cannot go so fine grained. It's very difficult on these days where everything is digital to be able to cope with all these approaches. So one of the things that I can say, okay, I have this training academy, and I want to be able to ensure that all of the people that I train are only issued by me. So I can have a paper certificate, but I will only also want to have a digital certificate alongside. Okay, for example, so in that case, sorry, I will be able to do that using WallID. For example, I will go here and say, okay, I don't have any wallet currently, so I will create one. Okay, so for this, I will need to install this plugin, which is a browser plugin. And okay, this is allowed. Oh, okay, here is the WallID wallet. I will install it. It has some of the perks which are usual here. Remember, all of these installed locally on my machine, so it's nothing is shared with anybody. And okay, after some time, this app is installed here, so I can see it here. That, where is it? Here, and I can even show it here. Okay, here it is. So we have now this digital wallet currently, and I will go back to my, and I'll say, okay, I have already. It actually detects that I already have this wallet, I hope. Okay, it detected. And now if it detects that I have this wallet, it will try to start my wallet. Sorry. something like that. It's taking some time probably because I need, okay. Here it says, okay, this is my wallet ID. Let's create the first wallet here. I will provide some, sorry. Okay. Okay. And I said, okay, no problems. Here I have security. So for this, I will have to have this seed. This is highly secure. So I will provide to, I will need to have this, all of these phrases that I need to copy and put somewhere because it needs to ensure that I'm for real and that I'm not faking something. So, okay, wrote down. So now it needs to ensure that I did everything correctly. So just let me put this, sorry, this takes a little bit of time, but not so much. Date, and then abandon file intro. Okay, so basically I confirmed, so hopefully this was the right order. Yeah. So now I have to put the password. So as I can see, as you can see, this is, oh, this is quite an amount of security that's needed here. And okay, now you have your wallet. Okay, go ahead. So I have my wallet currently, and hopefully it said, okay, I am currently a credential issuer. So I can say my company, I will say Caixa Mágica, for example, will want to train you, all of you, and it will want to ensure that you can present your badge or a card saying that you are that you did this training, for example. So let's say, for example, I am Caixa Mágica training, and I will put here my email. Okay, and okay, I can even put some because this will have a paper. This can have a paper representation, so I can put here some image that can be representing this training path. Okay, something, and I will put a name saying, for example, CMS training, CMS achievements. So I will present here. I can have a card with only front side or front and back. So for example, if I have front and back, I can say that on the front side, you will have, for example, your name, your, I don't know, your class, whatever, something like that. And on the back, you can have a table saying, okay, I did a course on this technology and I had a grade, and for example, it had a duration of some place. See what I mean? And as you can see, you can even have a visualization of your card, a virtual card, of course, with both sides, and you have something like something that you can print and you can even show and you can provide to the people. But it always has a back image on the blockchain. Okay. So basically, I will create this, and as you can see, it takes a little bit. Okay, here is the achievements, etc. If you want, you can even see here that you have your training profile saying, okay, this is Caixa Mágica training profile, and you are a manager, and you can have one or more templates here. For example, I will create a very more simple one. For example, new template, very simple one. So for this is a blockchain course, and this will only have front side, for example, which will provide only a name and I don't know a class, for example, something like that. Okay, simple. And then, for example, I will say that So now we have two things. Now I have the blockchain course, and I can issue it to you. So for example, I can say, okay, I can do it manually, saying, okay, this one is Caterina Reich, for example. And this is a class for IEEE. Okay. Does this credential person have my wallet? Probably you don't have my wallet for sure. So I will say no, and it will allow you to put an email. I will just go here and do a fake email, not fake because I have it, but something like that. And okay, I will issue, and then you will receive an email saying, okay, you've been granted this credential. So you can have this credential. As you can see here, it's waiting for your wallet. Let me check here on my email if I can see it. It should be around, where is it? 2, 3, not yet. Okay. Let's see if I received it already. Credentials. Okay. I will show it to you. This is small. This is very slow. Come on. Okay, I will show it to you. So basically, the email will look something like this, and it will say something like, okay, this is really slow. I don't know why. Okay, stay here. Hello, you congratulations. Now you have the power to prove that your skills are for real. So you can claim your credential, etc. So after doing this, you will need to have your account. So basically here it says that it's waiting for your wallet. And after that, you will be able to do your credential. And of course, all of this will now work. This is really, really slow. Okay. Okay, here it is. So it's saying something like, okay, it's asking for permission to connect to the wallet. I will use my wallet. So I'll say, okay, no problems. I know that these people are working for true. So I will just say, okay, I will allow you to use my wallet. And here it is. And it says, okay, good. Katerina, you're good. Here is your credential saying that you have your training, blah, 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 blah. And you can say, I will store my credential on my digital wallet. So from now on, you are able to use this, and you can have your credential always on your digital wallet. So whenever I go here, okay, here it is. So probably here, if I update this, it will say, okay, here you can see you have on your wallet saying that you have a course that that is valid, and here you say, here it says that it's, oh, now it's pending your approval, saying, okay, you already claimed your digital certificate saying that you have this, but now on my side, as I am the owner of this credential, I need to approve that you actually did this. So I can just say, okay, I am approving this, and here it is. Okay, so after this, you will be able to show everywhere that you have these credentials. And as you can see, all of these IDs are all verifiable on the blockchain. If you go to here, you can go to Rinkeby and check on the blockchain that you have all of these transactions on the ledger saying, okay, this person did this 4 minutes ago, and this exists on the blockchain. Okay, So I don't have, this was a very, so basically this was to show everything. These are the various steps that you need. After that, I don't have anything else. Now it's time for questions and answers.